now?
I don't know, dear. She sounds like she's in terrible pain. Unless her mouth is full of candy.
Why don't you just tell her to lie down?
She enjoys it more when you tell her to lie down, dear. And when are you going to go see Mr. Hubbard?
Mr. Hubbard is not sick, and I have better things to do than to sit around and hold his hand.
It seems to me for $10 you could hold his hand.
If your son wants to play golf, tell him I'm ready. Or if he'd like to take a trip around the world for about 30 years.
Why do you needle him? He's a doctor. Women are supposed to call him up.
All I said was Mrs. Adams is on the phone. Can I have some parsley?
Sure. You know, you were a nurse too long, Susie. You're too realistic.
Now you said it.
Frank, the toaster is... Hiya.
Hello.
Frank, the toaster's off again.
Plug it in. I just fixed it.
Please, dear, fix it back like it was before.
I don't know why you can't learn to turn on a simple thing like a toaster.
Thomas Edison.
He is really very handy. Oh, did the wind get your tree?
Yeah. Last night.
Oh, what a pity. Annie get it?
Yeah, she's upstairs. Oh, wait till you meet her, Sue. She is a knockout.
You know, I should have been a man. People are always introducing me to beautiful women. Tell her to come by later. I imagine she'll want to see what we did with her house. Thanks.
Sure.
She's still unhappy, Joe?
Annie? Well, I don't suppose she's dancing around on her toes, but she seems to be over it.
She gonna get married yet? I mean, is there anybody?
I suppose. Say, it's been a couple of years already. A girl can't own a boy forever.
It is so strange. Well, Annie's here and not even married, and I've got 3 babies. You know, I always thought it'd be the other way around.
Yeah, well, that's what a war does. I had 2 sons, and now I got only 1. It changed all of the talents. In my day, if you had a son, it was an honor. Nowadays, a doctor could make $1 million if he could figure out a way to bring a boy into this world without a trigger finger.
You know, I was just reading this. Oh, hiya, Chris.
Lydia, come in here. If you want the toaster to work, don't plug in the malted mixer.
Did I?
And the next time I fix something, don't tell me I'm crazy. Now come in here.
I will never hear the end of this one.
Hey! I said, what's the difference? Instead of toast, have a malted!
Oh my gosh.
Want the paper?
That's all right, just the book section, please.
You're always reading the book section, and you never buy a book.
I like to keep abreast of my ignorance.
So, what is that? A new book every week?
A lot of new books,
All different.
all different.
Is Annie up yet?
Mother's giving her breakfast in the dining room.
Did you see what happened to the tree?
Yeah.
Well, what's Mother gonna say? Oh, hey! Bert's here! Hey, where is Tommy? He's got his father's thermometer again.
He's taking a reading,
What?
but it's only oral.
Oh, well, there's no harm in oral.
Absolutely not.
So, what's new this morning, Bert?
Nothing.
What?
Then you couldn't have made a complete inspection of the block. When I first made you policeman, you used to come in every morning with something new. Now, nothing's ever new.
Except some kids from 30th Street. They were kicking a can down the block, and I made him go away because he was sleeping.
Now you're talking, Bert. Now you're on the ball. First thing you know, I'm liable to make you detective.
Oh, here he comes, watch out, whoa!
Can I see the jail now?
Seeing the jail ain't allowed, Bert. You know that.
I bet they're even in the jail. I don't see any bars, and I selling windows.
Bert, on my word of honor, there's a jail in the basement. I showed you my gun, didn't I?
That's a hunting.
That's an arresting gun.
And how come you don't arrest anybody? Tommy said another dirty wicked Doris yesterday, and it didn't even demote him.
Yeah. Well, that's a dangerous character, that Tommy. Hey, what word did he say?
I can't say.
Well, come on, just give me an idea.
I can't.
Look, just whisper it in my ear. I'll close my eyes, maybe I won't even hear it.
I can't. It's not a nice word.
Don't make him do that.
All right, Bert, all right. I take your word for it. Now, go out there and keep both eyes peeled.
For what?
For what? Bert, the whole neighborhood is dependent on you. Now, a policeman don't ask questions. So, peel those eyes.
Okay.
And mum's the word, Bert.
About what?
Just, in general, be very careful.
Okay.
I got all the kids crazy.
One of these days, they'll all come in here and beat your brains out.
So what's she gonna say? Maybe we ought to tell her before she sees it.
She saw it.
How could she see it? I was the first one up. She was still in bed.
She was out here when it broke.
When?
And about 4 this morning, I heard a cracking, looked out my window, and she was stood right here when it cracked.
What the hell was she doing out here at 4 in the morning?
I don't know. She ran back into the house and cried in the kitchen.
She cried hard?
I could hear her through the floor of my room.
Did you talk to her?
No. I figured it was best to just leave her alone.
What the hell was she doing down here at that hour? She's dreaming about him again. She's walking around at night.
I guess she is.
She's getting just like she did after he died. What is the meaning of that?
I don't know the meaning of it, Dad, but one thing I do know is that we made a terrible mistake with Mother.
What?
Being dishonest with her? That kind of thing always pays off, and now it's paying off.
What do you mean, dishonest?
You know Larry's not coming back, and I know it. Why do we allow her to go on thinking that we believe with her?
What do you want to do? Argue with her?
I don't want to argue with her, but it's time she realized that no one thinks Larry is alive anymore. Why shouldn't she dream of him? Walk the nights waiting for him. Do we contradict her? Do we tell her outright that we have no hope anymore? That we haven't had hope for years now?
No, you can't tell her that.
We've got to say it to her.
How are you going to prove it? Can you prove it?
3 years. For God's sake, nobody comes back after 3 years. It's insane.
To you it is, and to me, but not to her. Now, you can talk yourself blue in the face, but there is no body and there is no grave, so where are we?
Sit down, Dad. I want to talk to you.
The problem is the goddamn newspapers. Every month,
All
and you
right,
got
all right.
minutes.
Look, you know why I asked Annie here, don't you?
Why?
You know.
Well, I got an idea, but what's the story?
I'm going to ask her to marry me.
Well, that's only your business, Chris.
You know it's not only
What do
my
you
business.
want me to do? You're old enough to know your own mind.
Then it's all right. I go ahead with it.
Well, you just want to make sure that mother doesn't
Then it
have-
isn't just.
I'm just saying, all
Sometimes
right?
you infuriate me. You know that? Isn't it your business too? If I tell this to Mother and she throws a fit about it, you have such a talent for ignoring.
I ignore what I gotta ignore. Now, the girl is Larry's girl.
She's not Larry's
As far as your
girl.
mother is concerned, he is not dead, and you have no right to take his girl. Now, you can go on from there if you know where to go. But I don't know where to go, you see? I don't know. Now, what can I do for you?
I don't know why it is, but any time I reach out for something I want, I have to hold back. My whole bloody life, time after time after time.
You're a considerate
To
fellow.
hell with
There's
that.
nothing wrong in that. Did you ask Annie yet?
I wanted to get this settled first.
So how do you know she'll marry you? How do you know she don't feel the same way Mother does?
Well, if she does, then that'll be the end of it. For from her letters, I think she's forgotten him. I'll find out. And then we'll thrash it out with Mother, right? Dad, don't avoid me.
You know what the problem is? You don't see enough women. You never did.
So what? I'm not fast with women.
I just don't understand why it has to be Annie.
Because it is.
Right, that is a good answer. But it don't answer anything. You haven't seen her since you went off to war. That's 5 years, Chris.
I can't help it. I know her best. I was brought up next door to her. These years, when I think of someone for my wife, I think of Annie. What? Do you want me to draw you a diagram?
No, I don't want the diagrams. She thinks he's coming back, Chris. Now, you marry that girl, you're pronouncing him dead. What's going to happen to Mother? Do you know? I don't.
All right then, Dad.
Just give it a little more thought.
I've given it 3 years of thought. I thought that if I waited, Mother would forget Larry and we could have a regular wedding and everything happy. But if that can't happen here, then I'll have to get out.
What the hell is this?
I'll get out. I'll move someplace else, maybe to New York.
Are you crazy?
I've been a good son too long, a good sucker. I'm through with it.
You've got a business here. What the hell is this?
The business doesn't inspire me.
Must you be inspired?
Yes. I like it an hour a day. If I have to grub for money all day long, at least in the evening, I want it beautiful. I want a family. I want kids. I want to build something I can give myself to.